Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Lindsay Welch again, and I'm a physical therapist at Strive Physical Therapy in our New Jersey location, as Emily said. And I'm very happy to be here tonight presenting to you about the pathway to becoming a CHT, because I didn't think I had enough other certifications, so I figured let's do this one too. But I would love to talk to you about this. Was something I'm very proud of and was a big challenge, but providing you with some information on the prerequisites and requirements of becoming a certified hand therapist. So becoming a CHT is a rewarding process that requires a lot of experience, dedication, and continuous learning. So I've been a physical therapist now for 19 years. 17 of those years I have been at Strive Physical Therapy, and I'm very fortunate that they've supported me in pursuing certifications, continuing education opportunities, as well as adjunct teaching at Drexel and Jefferson. So naturally, after having my 3 children, I decided it was time to go back to school, and I was very interested in learning more about the hand. So I decided, so there's many ways to prepare for taking the CHT examination. Some people self-study, some people do programs. I decided to enroll in an advanced upper extremity certificate program at Jefferson in 2021. So this was a post-professional certificate program at Jefferson, which was on the advanced study of the hand and the upper extremity rehabilitation. The curriculum consisted of 4 graduate level courses that were web-based with synchronous and asynchronous learning, and it was over a 16-month period of time. There were 2 3-day full in-person labs at Jefferson where we learned how to fabricate orthoses of the fingers, hand, wrist, and elbow, as well as advanced examination, interventions, and manual therapy techniques. So my cohort consisted of 14 post-professional OT and PTs that ranged all the way from traveling from Montana and Denver, Colorado, back over to New Jersey and New York. So I was very fortunate with this program to go through it, and it was run through Jane Fedorsek, who is a PT, PhD, CHT, who's a leading authority of the hand therapy and has served as an educator in hand and upper extremity quarter rehabilitation for over 25 years. Her work has been published in renowned journals and textbooks. So with this course, we utilized these 2-volume set of the rehabilitation of the hand and upper extremity. And these books were integral in learning all of the necessary information as well as preparing for the CHT examination. So this was resources that I used, as well as the hand and upper extremity rehabilitation book, which is also known as the Purple Book. And the Purple Book is a study guide, which is formatted with multiple choice exam questions. And that was also immensely helpful with studying and preparation. I used that following the 16-month program. I studied for about 4 months, pretty much solely using these resources. There are other various study resources out there. The American Society of Hand Therapy, also known as the ASHT, offers a virtual hand therapy review course. The program that I was involved in at Jefferson is unfortunately no longer available. Jane has semi-retired, but there are other programs. So I just wanted to point that out here, that these are programs that I am familiar with that have a good reputation, the Virtual Hand Fellowship program, as well as EIM. I'm sure there are other programs out there. These are just the ones that I have heard of and am familiar with. So let's talk about examination prep. So most individuals pursuing their certified hand therapist are going through this process in which they're treating in a general orthopedics or a designated hand therapy clinic so that they're able to get the experience that they need to sit for the examination. So the HTCC, which is the Hand Therapy Certification Commission, accumulates information, and what they have found that the majority of individuals that sit for their CHT have studied for at least 7 to 12 months prior to the examination. Majority are working with a mentor of some sort, whether it's in the clinic or outside of the clinic. It is very beneficial to belong to a National Hand Therapy Association. There's a lot of resources and references in there, also the abbreviation being the ASHT. The majority of these individuals are working with upper extremity caseload. So typically 76 to 100% you're treating upper extremity solely. And the majority are also participating in a study group, whether it's through a program or on their own. So who is a CHT? So a CHT is essentially an advanced clinician of the upper extremity that has passed this advanced competency that can use these letters as a CHT. So this can be an OT or a PT. There's a requirement that somebody be practicing for 3 years prior to sitting for their examination, as well as have 4,000 hours of direct practice in the upper extremity of the hand. So I think the biggest take home here is I think what is oftentimes thought as a CHT is somebody who solely treats and is educated on treating in the hand, but really it is somebody who is educated in treating the entire upper quarter, starting with the cervical spine. So you may be wondering who becomes a CHT. Well, CHTs by profession, the majority are occupational therapists coming in at 87%, 12% being physical therapists, and 1% being PT or an OT. Where do CHTs practice? There are 7,665 CHTs worldwide to date, and the majority of those practice in the United States, being 88% of those, which is, I think, pretty amazing that we have so many of those advanced clinicians around here. There is a good showing in Australia and New Zealand, as well as in Canada, and then a small showing in other countries. So the CHT examination eligibility, we kind of touched on. You must be an OT or a PT with an active license. The active license has to be present for 3 years by either the spring or fall examination dates. So the exam is offered 2 times a year for a 3-week period of time, as well as the 4,000 hours of direct practice experience. And so those are the requirements. It is a computer-based examination. The registration is through the HTCC website, in which you register through into a PSI testing site, which is offered worldwide. The examination is 200 multiple choice questions, and it's administered during a 4-hour period of time. As stated before, it is offered for 2 3-week windows in the spring as well as in the fall. Once the exam is taken, test results will be sent within a 6-week period of time. The examination is a scaled score, so a score of 75 or above is considered passing. With a passing score, there is no numerical score that is provided. You receive an email that says you passed. With a failing score from 0 to 75, there is a numerical range that is provided. So here are the CHT passing rates, ranging from 2012 on to 2024. 2024 here is when I took my examination. And as you can see, it ranges from the 50 to the 60% range in terms of the passing rate. So I just thought that these statistics were interesting. I also thought the statistics were interesting that in 2020 was the highest passing rate. I think probably the most amount of people out of work or working less and more time to study. Here are some of my resources, as well as websites that I feel like would be beneficial if you were interested in pursuing your hand certification. I also wanted to give a big thank you to Martin Walsh, who is the executive director of the HTCC, with providing me with some of the statistics here. And then a thank you for your time. I provided my email below, so if anybody has any questions, this is a specific, such a specific topic, and if anyone is interested in pursuing their CHT, I'm happy to answer any questions or provide you with any other information going forward. Thank you.